Hello, 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 everyone. Today we are going to be talking about mindfulness. We are going to be talking about it in a simple way, in ways that you can actually use it in your real life. So, welcome in. I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Faith. I'm a feminine energy and inner work coach, and I'm also certified in mindfulness. So, I thought that this would be a great video to make, just something short and quick, just so you guys can get a foundation of mindfulness and what it is and how you can use it. Okay, so a lot of people think that mindfulness is being able to clear your mind or be calm all the time. But that's not really realistic. Mindfulness is more about awareness. It's about learning how to be present in every moment. And when you're present, you're able to be mindful by being present without judging or trying to escape where you're at in that moment. It's just realizing where you're at and being okay with it. So there are 4 practical foundations to mindfulness. And once you learn them, mindfulness can stop feeling so woo-woo and made up, and it will start to feel practical and realistic and like something that you can practice every day without having to take too much time away from what you have to do. Okay, so the first foundation of mindfulness is awareness of the body. More specifically, awareness of your breath. So your breath is one of the most direct ways for you to understand what's happening inside of your body. And this is because your breath is constantly responding to your emotional state. So for example, if you find yourself relaxed and happy, you may notice that you're taking longer, deeper breaths. If you happen to be anxious or scared, your breath will become shorter and it will speed up. This often happens without us realizing it. For example, when you're stressed, you may clench your jaws. You may have a lot of tension in your neck and your upper body. You may cross your legs and hold them really tightly. Versus when you're relaxed, maybe you notice that your muscles in your face are more relaxed and your body is more relaxed. And so just simply noticing your breath is practicing mindfulness. And the way this is mindfulness is because you're not trying to change your breath or control your breath. You're just simply observing your breath, noticing where you are emotionally in that moment. So some things you can ask yourself when you are practicing mindfulness and trying to be aware of your breath. Ask yourself, are your breaths deep or are they shallow? Are you taking slow breaths or are you taking fast breaths? Do you feel tension in your chest or in your stomach, or do you feel relaxed? That awareness alone will give you a lot of information because your breath is like a signal. Your breath tells you where you are emotionally, even if you're distracted or you're unsure. So one way to practice mindfulness under this first foundation is to simply ask yourself, how am I breathing right now? Don't try to fix it. Don't try to adjust it. Don't try to force it. Just observe. That's it. That's mindfulness. So the second foundation of awareness is awareness of feelings. And I don't mean feelings in a dramatic sense. I more so just mean the tone of your experience. Are you feeling pleasant? Are you feeling unpleasant? Are you feeling neutral? That is what you need to ask yourself to become aware of your feelings. I noticed a lot of suffering comes from reacting to that feeling instead of just recognizing it. Instead of saying, I'm sad, maybe you can start saying, I'm feeling sadness right now. And so this works because when you name a feeling, such as stress or discomfort or unease, you actually create emotional distance between you and that feeling. You no longer attach that feeling to your identity. So for example, if something is going on, you can just maybe say to yourself, this feels uncomfortable. You don't need to call it bad or say that you need to get rid of it. You are just recognizing the way it's making you feel in that moment. Now we're moving on to the third foundation of mindfulness, which is awareness of the mind. If you don't take any other foundation of mindfulness, take this one. This one may be a hard lesson to learn, but it will save you. So awareness of the mind means observing every thought that you have without believing every single one. We as people have thousands and thousands of thoughts a day. Thoughts come and go, and yet we always get caught up on the thoughts that make us feel negative. We have to realize that thoughts are not facts. They're more like mental events. That's why you're able to look back on maybe something that is painful and you can still feel that emotion. Even though it's not happening in the present time, your mind, your thoughts took you back to that emotional state. So mindfulness is noticing something like, I'm having a thought of a past painful experience. The opposite of mindfulness would be, this painful experience always keeps happening to me. That means that you believe what your mind just told you. This foundation is very important because this is where overthinking starts to loosen its grip. And I've talked to many people, and that's one thing that I've noticed a lot of people have in common is overthinking. It's something that I struggle with myself. And so that's why I say that this third pillar, awareness of the mind, is so important, because I noticed maybe about a year and a half ago that I would be able to literally think myself into a bad mood. I wouldn't question the thoughts that I was having. I would immediately think of something, and then I would think of something else that built on top of it. And then before you know it, 10, 20 minutes went by. And now my mood has completely shifted from a positive one to a negative one, just because I believed the thoughts that my mind was coming up with. I never questioned them. So if you are an overthinker, this foundation, awareness of the mind, will help you so much. And it's going to be difficult at first because you're breaking a pattern, you're breaking a habit, and breaking habits are always hard. But just keep doing it. Every time a thought comes up that you necessarily aren't too happy about, question it. Where did this come from? Why am I thinking this? What triggered me to think this? Is there anything in my environment that made me start thinking like this? Doing that will help you separate that thought from how you actually are. So the last foundation of mindfulness is awareness of patterns and mental states. So this foundation is more so like noticing things like when you're distracted, when you're super focused, when you're calm, or maybe there's some resistance in your life towards something that you know that you need to get done, or even if you're ever feeling restless. Just observing the state and the pattern that you're currently in. So practicing mindfulness in this foundation looks like, instead of judging yourself for maybe getting distracted, you just simply observe. You say to yourself, I just realized that I kind of got distracted for the last 2 minutes or so. Not, oh my gosh, I always get distracted. I can't focus, what's wrong with me? You see, there's a difference in the way that that action was observed. The reason you don't want to judge yourself and you want to be aware is because when you are aware of something, awareness creates choices. You cannot change something that you are not aware of. And once that awareness has created a choice, that choice then creates freedom. And you're able to get back on track. So when you practice mindfulness through these 4 foundations of body, feeling, mind, and patterns, you stop fighting your experience and you start understanding it. I want to be clear on something. Mindfulness isn't about becoming someone new. It's about becoming more present with who you are now. And that presence is so important because it helps you create clarity as well as emotional regulation. And then over time, eventually, you will experience peace. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If this video was helpful, please feel free to save it or share it with someone that is also learning mindfulness. And other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.